Hey guys, Mark Huckleberry with Huck's Cards here again with another video. And today I'm going to do a video on what my top 5 favorite sets were to build or in the process of building. Had somebody ask me about that, so I wanted to tell them what my top 5 were, and then set out some of the cards out of those sets and show you, and everything. So I'm going to do that today. But first, before I do that, I had some announcements I wanted to make on some of the videos that I'm going to have coming up on this channel. And first is that I'm going to be doing a card show on July 9th in Louisville, Kentucky. And what I want to do is kind of show you how I'm getting everything together for the show the night before, what I'm going to be taking to the show, and then I'm going to take video of me setting up at the show and showing you a lot of stuff at the show, walking around. I also walk around and show you some stuff that other people have set up and everything. That way to just give you an idea if you've never set up at a show and you may be interested in doing that, just what the process is about doing that. And, let me give you the address for that too. It's like I said, it's in Louisville, Kentucky. And the address for that on July 9th is 1780 Plantside Drive. And that's Triple Crown Inn at Convention Center is where it's going to be. So just so you have that information. But I'm looking forward to doing that video. Secondly, on July 30th, I'm going to be going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the qualifying for the NASCAR race on that Saturday. And also that Saturday, they're going to have an IndyCar race, and they're also going to have an Infinity road race. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So what I wanted to do that day is kind of to take you around the racetrack and just show you Indianapolis Motor Speedway, because if you've never been there before, it's really awesome. And if you ever have a chance to go, you ought to go. But I want to do, some video of, show you some of the drivers and some of the race. And so I'm going to videotape all that and just kind of give you an overview of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And thirdly, some people have asked me about getting autographs and, getting in-person autographs, but also getting, sending off and getting autographs. And so I have a lot of autographs, and I'll show some of them. But I have a really good friend that he has a ton of autographs. He's been doing this for a long time. So I'm going to interview him and just hopefully he can give us some insights on, the best way to go about doing this. And I'm also going to show you a lot of his stuff, because he has a lot of Hall of Famers, baseball, basketball, football, and then some non-sport autographs, and just has a ton of them. And I just thought that'd be pretty awesome just to show you his collection and just get his insight on this, because it is incredible of all the autographs that he has. So, but that's all the announcements and everything. So I'm going to start to show you my top 5 favorite sets that I put together or in the process of it. Number 5 favorite one that I've ever put together or in the process of putting together is the 2010 Topps Heritage. I really enjoyed putting this one together because the cards look like the 1961 cards, and I really enjoy vintage. So, here's just a few of the cards out of that set. Obviously, the Albert Pujols, which is a great ball player. This one was kind of weird, was Randy Johnson in a Giants uniform. Then you got Crenshaw and Chipper Jones, Rivera, and you got Bumgarner's rookie card. There's Justin Verlander in a Dodgers uniform. Yadier Molina, which is one of my favorite players. Ichiro. And I really enjoy these cards here, where you got, it's kind of like a flashback, like Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, Lou Gehrig, Mantle, when he hit that real long home run, Ty Cobb, and then you got the 4 Yankees there, the core 4 is what they called them. And then the main card out of this set, though, is the Buster Posey card, which I did send this one into PSA, got a 9 on it. And so I'm going to have to get me another one that's raw to put into the set, but I couldn't really pass that up because it was in great shape. But yeah, so this is the number 5 set for me, the 2010 Topps Heritage. Number 4 is the 1979 Topps basketball set. This is one of my favorites because I was 11 years old when I put this together. This right here was, I think, the second set I ever put together, and it was kind of easy to put together too because it only had 132 cards, and it's got a lot of great players in it. But here I just pulled out a few of them, and some of the reasons why I liked them, I tell you. Well, George Gervin here, they called him the Iceman. Enjoyed watching him play. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest. Dan Edsall there, he played on the Kentucky Colonels and the Kentucky Wildcats. So Dr. J, he's a great all-time player. Artis Gilmore, which played for the Kentucky Colonels, and so they were in my area. That's why I like these guys so much. Alex English there, that's his rookie card. Pete Maravich, one of the all-time great shooters. Rick Roby, he played on the 1978 Kentucky Wildcat Championship team. And you got Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins, which I believe I'm right that neither one of those guys ever played college basketball. They came right out of high school. And yeah, so this is, like I say, this is my number 4 favorite set of all time that I put together, and it was the second one I ever put together, and I was 11 years old. So, yep, number 4 there. And at number 3 is the 1972 Topps baseball set. Now this set was really hard to put together. This set has 787 cards. As a matter of fact, I'm still in the process of putting this one together. I'm missing, I believe, about 20 to 25 cards. I got that list, and so everywhere I go, I kind of keep an eye out on them. Pretty much every one of them are the high number cards that I'm missing. But here's some of the reasons why I like this set. I really enjoy it. Right over here, when you got this Ron Santo in action, they had these in action cards. They had their regular card in there, but then the card right after it was an in action card, and there was a lot of players that they did this to, and those were really cool pictures and everything. Then you got Al Kaline there, and these were kind of really weird. These were also in the high numbers, and they had different awards and stuff, like this right here, like the Cy Young. But then they also had, like, I think it was the minor league MVP. So it was kind of really weird in these sets, but it was, you know, it was kind of unique to it. That's why it was kind of cool. And Jim Codd here, he was elected into the Hall of Fame here recently, and he's a high number card. And here's something really cool that they had in this set was guys that got traded in the off season. Well, they had cards and they put their traded cards in there, like Steve Carlton, Joe Morgan, you know, Hall of Famers. Also Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer. And then I really enjoyed these playoff cards and World Series cards that they put in there. You can see they had the American League and the National League cards in here with Brooks Robinson. And then you had, I think it was, what was it, like 8? Yeah, it was 8 World Series cards. So it'd show game 1, game 2, you know, and then it would have, you know, the rest of them all the way down to the celebration. And then right here, Roberto Clemente, which his card is, his cards are always expensive to get, and he's such a great ball player. So yes, that's number 3 on my list. So like I say, just because there's so many different things in here that makes it unique. So number 3. At number 2, the 1979 Topps baseball set. And to be honest with you, this is probably almost a tie for number one. Number one and number two are almost dead heat. The reason why this 1979 Topps baseball set is one of my all-time favorites is because this is the very first set I ever put together. I was 11 years old, and I actually started collecting in 1978, but I really didn't know what the numbers on the back meant about putting them in order and everything. So, but my mom would have me go to the grocery store right up the road, and she would give me money to pick up bread or milk or whatever like that. And what she would do is she would give me $1 and some change for tax, and I would be able to go up there and buy enough packs that cost me $1, which, if I'm not mistaken, back then it was either 20 cents or 25 cents, but I think it was 20 cents, and I would get 5 packs. And I remember going up there and getting her whatever she needed from the store, and she would give me the extra money, and I would buy my packs. And I remember carrying the groceries home, and I'd be opening my packs up to see what I had and everything. But yeah, this in 1979, I started getting a bunch of packs all the time. And what I would do is I would start putting them in order, which I found out what the numbers meant on the back, and there were so many of them that I would just really enjoy doing that. I guess that was kind of because I enjoyed math when I was growing up a kid, and some numbers and everything. So, and I started putting them in order. But here's some of the cards that I really liked out of this set. Obviously, Nolan Ryan is one of the all-time greats. Johnny Bench. Now, I grew up being a Reds fan because the Big Red Machine, we would go down spring training and watch them when they were in Plant City in the late 70s, in Tampa there, close to Tampa. But, and here's Pete Rose, and it was, that 78 year was a year he hit 44 games in a row. And I remember just watching that on TV because, like I said, I was a Reds fan. I really enjoyed that. And Jack Morris here, he's a great pitcher, which I don't think he gets enough credit for. And the Reds team card, which we all called him the Big Red Machine. Rod Carew, great hitter. Collier Skrimsky, George Brett. I always remember that Pontar incident he had when he hit that home run. That was kind of funny. And here's something that was really cool that was in there. So this card right here, the Bump Wheels, was an error card. And when I was putting them in order, I realized that one day. So it was kind of crazy to see the two different team names on there. So, and then here's Ozzie Smith. This is his rookie card. Now you can see how off center that is, really from top to bottom, but then side to side also. And if you go on eBay or anything like that and you look at this Ozzie Smith card, I bet you that 90% of these cards are off center. This was, for whatever reason, just about every one of them had a bad cut. So if you have a really nice one, I would suggest you get it graded because there's not too many of them around. And here's another Pete Rose, Carlton Fisk. And then I kind of like these cards too. They were really cool that they had. It's like the all-time record holders that they put in there. They would have the season record holder was somebody whoever had the most hits, but then the career, hit leader and stuff. And then I had a Dave Parker. I liked him because I remember, I think they won the World Series this year in '79. Matter of fact, I remember watching them. And then had the prospects cards in there for all teams. And then you're all probably saying, Doug Bear, why does he have that card there? Well, here's the story behind that. So like I said, I put this set together when I was 11 years old. And this was the very last card for the set. And I couldn't find this card anywhere. I couldn't, because it's not like today you can go on the internet and just buy it and stuff. You had to trade with people around you, and nobody around me had this card. And so it just so happened I went over a friend's house one night, spend the night, and me and him I brought my cards and his cards. You remember how you used to, well, maybe you don't, but when we were kids, we used to flip cards. You weren't worried so much about condition when you were young like that. And so we were flipping cards, and if you had, let's say both of them ended up on the back or the front, one person would keep it, but if it was odd, the other person would keep it. Well, one day I was over his house spending the night doing that, and just so happened he had that card and he flipped it. And when he flipped it, I ended up winning. So I put that card at the bottom, and I never flipped that card again because I wanted to make sure I got that home to put in my set. So this is why that this set holds so much to me, because this was, like I said, my first set I ever put together when I was 11 years old. So I put it down as number 2, but it's probably right there with the number 1. But yeah, I really enjoyed putting this set together. At number 1, or maybe tied for first, depending. Sometimes I think, like I said, 1979, 1971 are probably 1 and 1A, but I really, really like these 71s just because of the black border. And I really liked it, how they put, the Orioles were world champions, so they put that on there, and they're the number 1 card in the set. And then you got a bunch of Hall of Famers in this thing, or some guys that should be, that maybe are left out right now, but hopefully the Veterans Committee will vote them in at some point. Thurman Munson card is one of the valuable cards in this set because of the action shot on there and everything. Unfortunately, his life was cut short, and he didn't make it into a Hall of Fame. I think if he would have kept playing, he definitely would have. Also, a Pete Rose card here, which I do believe that he should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's for another debate at another time. And Ted Simmons, which just got in a couple years ago. And you got Tom Seaver. And then I really like these cards right here where you got your American League playoffs and National League playoffs, and they're kind of, in black and white, or really like pink and stuff on these. But those were kind of cool. And then you got the Rod Carew card, Hall of Famer, and Willie Stargell, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, and then you got the Willie Mays here, which, Willie Mays' card, I really like that 1973 card of his. That was a really good one. Matter of fact, I got that one in a PSA 9, and so it's one of my cards that I really enjoy, is that 73 Willie Mays. And then you have Rich Allen, which is better known as Dick Allen, and this card is very expensive because it's a high number card. It ranges a lot of times from $40 to $60 depending on the condition. And then you have this one here that's got Dusty Baker and Don Baylor on it together, which is pretty cool. And then Harmon Killebrew, and then Nolan Ryan. Now Nolan Ryan, as you can see, the borders on that thing a little messed up. I've sent 3 of them into PSA. They were graded pretty decent, and so I'm gonna have to get another raw one to go back in this set. And that's what I do a lot of times. If I got some cards that are really nice and I want to send them into PSA out of my sets, then I will have to, put another one in there. And sometimes it's not as good as the set itself as condition-wise, so I'll have to go back at some point and get a new Nolan Ryan in a little bit better shape. So, but yeah, this is my top 5 list, and this is number 1, and the 79 is probably number 1B, so 1 and 1A, I guess you'd call them. Well, guys, I really thank you for watching the videos, and I ask that you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And like I said, I'm enjoying doing this, and I'm gonna put up some more videos here soon. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing that card show on July 9th. So you know, I'm gonna do a video on that, and then the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on July 30th. So, and then doing the interview with my friend on getting autographs. So like I said, I hope you subscribe to the channel and like this, and we'll see you later on.